in this event is later today, we're going to teach you the 6-phase meditation. The 6-phase meditation has been used by international sports stars, by celebrities, and people rave about it. I'm going to be teaching you the 6-phase meditation later today, so stay tuned for that session. It's based on the idea that as human beings, there are 6 things that we need. Feel free to look at the slide, but don't worry about writing all of this down. We're going to go deep in this in a moment. Okay, so stay tuned for that session. It's happening at 9 p.m. my time. If you want to see it in your time zone, go to mindvalley.com/live. Now, the next thing I want you to understand is that meditation doesn't have to be an hour. There is this false idea out there that you need to meditate for an hour to 2 hours. Not true. In fact, it's probably wasting your time. 15 to 20 minutes is all you need. So one of the new programs we're bringing to Mindvalley is by Dawson Church. It's called Mystic Brain. Dawson is a researcher and an expert in meditation. And Dawson said something interesting as we were creating Mystic Brain. He said MRI scans have gotten so advanced that we can see things right now about the brain, and we can measure different modalities, different techniques. And he said, people who believe that they have to go on a 10-day retreat to sit in silence and meditate, a lot of them, says Dawson, are wasting their time. The MRI scans simply don't show that they are getting a lasting advantage. Dawson says with the right meditation, which is often 10 to 15 minutes, you get that lasting advantage. That's what Mystic Brain is about. That's what the 6-phase is about. So at Mindvalley, and this is my personal belief, if you're meditating for an hour to 2 hours a day, if you love it and you have time for everything else, great, but you don't need to. Dawson says much of these ideas that you got to meditate for hours is cultural dressing. We don't live in India in 800 years ago anymore. We have far more busy lives, and we know human beings are much more complex than just meditation. And so you want to have a holistic life, and you want to microdose on your meditation. Now, good news for all our members. If you open your Mindvalley app, you will notice that we just added 500 new meditations for you. You'll see a tab called Meditation. Open it. We just created the world's most advanced meditation player, and we added 500 meditations for our members. So go play with it. You can listen to a new meditation every day, and it's a pretty advanced tool. Okay, now the next thing. The next aspect is energy practices. This could be chakra healing. This could be Qigong. What I love doing is Qigong. We have a new program coming to Mindvalley called Modern Qigong. It's with this remarkable guy, Lee Holden. So after I meditate, I practice Qigong, and it takes me 3 minutes. Now, it doesn't have to be Qigong. There are many different spiritual or energy practices that people can do. I just wanted to show you the screenshots from Lee Holden's new program because we just finished wrapping this up in California, and we can't wait to get this beautiful footage to you. Okay, and Lee will also be a speaker today. He'll be talking about how to get into flow states using your energy body, so stay tuned to that. Now, the third thing, journaling. This is one of the most important practices you can do every day. Transformational theorists found that one of the biggest things that help us transform is a concept called critical reflection. It means writing down and reflecting on what's going on in your head. If you read my book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, you will notice that I share a story about a famous entrepreneur I met called Patrick Grove. Patrick holds the record for taking 5 companies public. He's also a Mindvalley member. And Patrick has created many successful companies in Australia and Singapore. One of his companies he sold for $700 million. Now, I shared the story about how I walk into a Starbucks in Malaysia and I see Patrick and he's writing something down. And I asked him, dude, what are you doing? And he says, I'm journaling to make $100 million in 1 year. And I kind of laughed it off. I thought, okay, wow, this guy's really ambitious. But I really doubted that anyone could do that. A few years later, Patrick messaged me. He had just taken a company, iCar Asia, from 0 to 100 million on the Australian Stock Exchange in 1 year. Such is the power of journaling. Now, don't hear it from me. Let's bring up Patrick. So Patrick is a member. I asked him to come up and share his story with us. Patrick, I'd love to bring you live on Zoom.
Hey, buddy. How you doing? Good to see you.
Hey, Patrick. Good to see you. Where are you at right now?
I'm in Singapore right now, but look like enjoying the summit. So congrats.
That's awesome, Patrick. Patrick, I love drawing attention to some of our members who are doing such amazing things. So you've now what? How many IPOs have you had? 5? Is that the number?
No, so I was embarrassed to say we've actually done six now. I did one more this year in February. So I've now taken
Congratulations.
public. Yeah.
So Patrick, we have a few minutes with you. I know you're a really busy man. Tell us about journaling. What I would love for the people here to understand how you journal. Like, give us some tips.
Yeah, so like journaling has been like a game changer in my entrepreneurial journey. I've probably been journaling for 15 years. I journal 3, 4 times a week. I do it with my laptop. I don't necessarily do it with Notepad. I do it with my laptop. I sit in Starbucks. I put on some good music and just journal away. And I think kind of I broke it down the kind of the three things that I do differently to kind of most other people how they journal is number one is that I journal about the future. I don't journal about the past. If you talk to a lot of people who journal, like they journal like, oh, how was your weekend? And what did you do today? And what did you eat? And who did you meet? I don't really journal about the past. 95% of my journal is about the future. And so you say, like, well, what does that mean? Like, so I journal like, what do I want to do this week? What do I want to achieve in a month? What do I want to achieve in 1 year? What do I want to achieve in 5 years? And so I'm very future focused when I journal. And secondly, it's when I journal and I know what I want, say 1 year from now or 5 years from now, I'm very focused on not why do I not have it. I'm very focused on how do I get it. So I use how questions as a core part of my journaling process. And probably the third thing that I do once a year, which I strongly recommend, is whatever is your favorite magazine. Imagine whether it's Fortune or Forbes or National Geographic or Time, like whatever is your favorite magazine. Imagine that you are the cover story of that magazine 10 years from now. They send a journalist to write a story completely about the last 10 years of your life. Write that story and that will give you such great direction on what you want to do with your life and where you want to take it. So I call it kind of the cover story exercise. So I strongly feel that if anyone could journal about that, they'll have so much clarity about kind of where they want to take their life and what they want to do.
I love that idea, Patrick. Patrick, we have so little time because we're cramming so much information, but question to you openly in front of everyone here. Would you be open to coming on and creating a program with Mindvalley on journaling?
Do you know,
No
I never.
pressure. There's just 10,000 people watching you right now.
It's funny that you mentioned like literally I have like 2, 3 people message me every day on Instagram because of the Mindvalley video that I did with you several years ago. So you know what? If you helped me through the process and your team, made it amazing like you guys always do, I would be honored to do it.
Amazing, Patrick. Thank you so much. I can't wait for your program with Mindvalley. Now, Patrick, pay attention next because we're about to unveil a new journaling technology free to the entire world. Okay? So give a big round of applause to Patrick Grove. And Patrick, thank you. Now, I want you guys to bring my slides back on. So here's what Mindvalley is doing next. I'm so excited about journaling. I wanted to build a tool where people could journal within Mindvalley. Now, why is this important, right? Because as you journal within Mindvalley, whether it's a note on a book or a program you're reading, or you are writing down your future goals, or you're writing down your journals, what if we could build a system that's so easy to use, but where you could share your insights with other members? And that's what we did. So today, all of you can go to insights.mindvalley.com, and you can sign up for an account and use this tool free. This tool, we designed it for our members because our commitment is always our members. But right now, today, as a welcome to all of you who are here as guests, it's free for you guys as well. So go create accounts. Now, let me show you what Insight does. So when you go to Insight, you will see this. It allows our members to write down notes and journal entries on anything they are learning. So let's say the upcoming, let's say a book that you're reading. You can write down thoughts from the book and share it with other members, or even upcoming events like our Mark Cuban event. As we are learning from Mark, you can write down what you're learning. You can keep it private, or you can make it public and publish it on Mindvalley so that all our other students can share notes. So we had Matthew McConaughey come on and talk about his book. Look at the number of journal entries on Matthew's book. So it becomes a great way to learn from each other. All our Mindvalley programs allow you to share notes with each other. And the cool part is, it's not just sharing notes. This is a great way to discover new friends. You can go and see my notes. You can follow someone else. And again, your notes don't have to be public. What you're seeing here are my private notes every time I read a book. every time I attend a class. I feed my information in Mindvalley Insights. I categorize it. I built this to be better than Evernote, and we're making it free. Now, why does this matter to me? Because eventually, this is going to help Eve AI understand me and introduce me to potential people, whether it's connections or dating or whatever. It's also going to help Eve AI customize my curriculum. Nobody sees this except the AI. But what happens is my notes from every book I read, I'm now given a backup brain by Mindvalley that's optimizing my life based on my thoughts. So if you find this idea intriguing, jump on Insights. Now, of course, the next thing that you want to pay attention to is supplements. So I want to read this out to you. And I apologize, guys, if I'm going super fast. If you're a member, all of this is in your membership. If not, you better be writing down fast. Use Insights. So the next thing is we've covered meditation. We've covered journaling. And now we talk about supplements. I want to read this to you. This was a US Senate document saying the alarming fact is that foods, fruits, vegetables, and grains now being raised on millions of acres of land that no longer contain enough of certain needed nutrients are starving us, no matter how much we eat of them. This was a message of alarm to the US Senate on how American food is losing its nutritional value. But I blocked out one aspect of this quote, and that was the date this message was sounded. Try to guess what date this message was sounded. Turned out this was 1936. This was a long time ago, almost 100 years ago. So if 100 years ago, we started losing our nutritional value in foods, what does it say about the American diet today? And this is why you need supplements. I took this picture this morning. These are the supplements I took today morning. And so supplements are an important part of your daily day. I cannot stress this enough. And if you want to know exactly what to take as supplements, I put up my notes from our recent interview with Dr. Daniel Amen, America's #1 brain doctor, on Insights. So later today, you can go to Insights. I'm going to show you how to do this. You can go to Insights, and you can just find my notes from Dr. Daniel Amen's interview, and my entire supplement stack is there. Okay, so this isn't from me. This is Dr. Daniel Amen, America's #1 brain doctor. Now, here's how to find it, and I want to do this as a demo so you know how to use Insights. I type in immunity, vision. Remember those two keywords, immunity, vision, and these notes will pop out. Now, this same tool, you can use it during Summit, throughout Summit, to find notes on any speaker. So if you can't write down the notes of this class fast enough, odds are someone else has taken the notes and make it public. Type in, go to search for Mindvalley Summit or search for Vision, and you will find the notes. And if you are a great note taker, make your notes public. You can see with Insights, it's so easy, even adding images. There's a library of 10 million images you can use to dress up your notes. So go use Insights. We'll be going deeper into supplements and food in the following days with leading minds like Naveen Jain and John Robbins. John Robbins is the heir of the Baskin-Robbins ice cream empire, but he gave it all up to go into teaching people healthy food because he found that, well, no surprise, Baskin-Robbins ice cream, eating too much of it, can really hurt your health. Now, the next thing that Mindvalley people do, in addition to meditate, energy practice, journal, and remember, all of these are minutes. It's not an hour, it's minutes, is quest time. Now, quest time is 20 minutes. Mindvalley people will sit in front of their, say, what you're seeing here is the Apple TV app. You might sit in front of your Apple TV Mindvalley app and do your 20-minute quest lesson for the day. Maybe you're in the progress of improving your superbrain, or maybe you're learning leadership, or maybe you're learning how to give up your sugar addiction, or to become more loving, or to improve your stress, or to master sleep. You're jumping into a program on Apple TV and going into that particular 20-minute lesson for the day. Super easy, okay? The important thing is making it a habit. And there are some tips for habit formation, but we are running out of time, so no worries. We'll come back to this later. Now, the next thing that's really important is exercise. Exercise is the final piece, but there's a grand myth of exercise, and that is you got to exercise every day, or you got to exercise 2 to 3 hours a week. There's nothing wrong with that. But if that 2 to 3 hours of exercise is taking away from your journaling time, from your meditation time, from working with your spiritual body, from doing your Mindvalley quest, then that is a problem because you become off balance. You might have a great body, but is your mind healthy? Is your soul healthy? Are you hitting your goals? Which is why in Mindvalley, we believe in minimum effective dose exercise. Studies have shown that, for example, there's one doctor, Dr. Gila from McMaster University, who did a study and showed that 10 minutes of the right exercise is equivalent to 50 minutes of regular aerobics. And when you master exercise, what happens here is you slow down aging. What really is aging? Well, it's these 5 biological conditions that are happening to your body. On the last day of this summit, we're going to go deep into this science and show you literally how to reverse aging. So again, don't worry about this for now. What we're going to show you is the concept of health span. You see, most people, after you hit 40, your body starts declining in terms of health. But we're going to show you how to extend that. You can't extend it indefinitely, but you can extend it to around the age of 70. That means you can be 70 with the health of the average 40-year-old, and there's a way to do it. So on the last day of this summit, we're going to go deep into how to set goals for your health, whether you're a male or a female, and we're going to show you what is possible. This is one Mindvalley member. She is 62 years old, and this was her transformation in 60 days, right? Using some of these approaches. So what is this approach? Well, Mindvalley members do something called the Big Six. And I'm going to bring up Ronan to show you the Big Six, and I'm going to bring up my daughter to do a quick, fun demonstration, okay? So I'm bringing up my daughter, Eve, because, well, Eve, you know we named our AI after you, right? Is Eve's mic on? So Eve, come, I want to introduce you to everyone. So this is Eve. She is my daughter. I love her very, very, very much. And because of Summit, tomorrow we're not able to do movie time, so I wanted to bring Eve on stage to show her why we can't do movie time tomorrow. And also because Eve is a freaking badass. Every Sunday, Eve does 10X with me. Even though, how old are you?
7.
Even though she's only 7 years old. I can never remember your age because it changes every year. So Eve and Ronan are going to demonstrate the 6 exercises that have been scientifically proven. This is in the book Body by Science by Dr. Doug McGuff to create the biggest impact on your body. The first one is squats. And Ronan, I just want to say, we're going to do this really, really, really quickly. We're going to go deep in this on day 3.
This is a quick demonstration. So Eve, here's what we're going to do. I want you to hold on this chair for balance, but come on this side for me. And you have your left foot forward, turn on the other way. And then your right foot, you're going to put on top of my own leg here. And then you're going to go down for 3 seconds, up for 2 seconds. This is a split squat. Ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty hard.
And Ronan, I just want to say, when doing it using the 10X protocol, in 1 minute, you create a remarkable impact on your legs. But that's it. It's 1 minute.
That's
1
exactly
minute.
true.
We're going to go into the science, and I know sometimes the science here sounds too hard to believe because you've been seduced to think you need an hour with a fitness trainer. You've been seduced to think you need a gym membership. Turns out you don't need a gym. You can do this entire thing at home. Even I do it at home because we were under lockdown. Gyms can help, but you don't need them. So we're going to disrupt so much of what these societal models have taught you, which has created so much imbalance in the world. So that's the first one. The second one is the pull.
So now we're going to improvise a pull-up bar. Imagine that you have a pull-up bar at home. Eve will have an arm to hang. So let's put it this way. So imagine, let's kneel on the floor, Eve. So now you're going to use all your strength to pull yourself up. So if imagine that Eve is like floating on the air right now, and then she goes back again. And she's using a very sturdy pull-up bar to pull herself up. Now she's working on the back muscles. And if she does this, let's do one more, Eve. If she does this hanging until her back gets tired in around 1 minute, that she cannot pull herself up anymore, she has reached the point that she's developing that.
Exactly. Now we go on to number 3, which is the push-up. And there are specific, unique ways you can see it, whether you're doing it in a gym or doing it at home. So Eve, this is your favorite exercise, right?
Eve looks badass doing this.
Eve said this is the hardest. So we did this study on multiple women, many women who are unable to do a single push-up. Within 1 month, exercising for 30 minutes a week, 30 to 40 minutes a week, they're able to get to 13 push-ups. That's a really impressive strength increase.
You have your knees on the floor, your hands more or less underneath your shoulder. Now we're trying to bring your chest and your face all the way. Well, this is really good. We're gonna go 3 seconds down. 1, 2,
Now notice, it's a
3, and
super
2 up.
slow
1,
push-up.
2. Ladies and gentlemen, this lady is a warrior. Let's one more. 1, 2, 3. 1. Bam!
And the next one, Ronan. And guys, I apologize, I'm going fast, but we got to end on time for Mark Cuban. The next one is the hinge. Let's show this to people.
Let me get a band.
So what you'll notice is Ronan is using
black.
elastic bands. Now, these cost $20 on Amazon. And
whole
for
set.
20, say that again?
A whole set
For a
of
whole
bands.
set, right? Not just one.
Yeah.
But for $20, using it in the right way, you can get the same, almost the same effect, like 80-90% as using gym equipment.
So this is one. Let's do a different one now, Eve. I want just you to be holding close to your feet. Now stand up straight. Now back to the initial position. If you are holding the band close to your feet, you see that there will be tension for you to lift your body and to bring your hip back and forth. If you do this with a heavy band, with this great technique that we have this lady doing here, you see that you are working all the posterior chain, all the back of the body is working on.
And the next one, Ronan, is the row.
Row. So we are almost sweating, right? We're super tired right now because we've been working out super hard. No, Eve says no. So yeah, this is pretty easy. I'm not making any effort. So this is the one that we did before. We step on it, hold it close to your feet, have your body, your back straight and leaning forward, and now just pull the hands with your back leaning forward. Have your back as straight as you can, and pull. Oh, yes.
Amazing.
Pretty
and now,
good.
And now the final one. Eve, do you think this is easy for everyone to do?
Yeah.
Would you recommend this to everyone, or has your dad been torturing you every Sunday?
For everyone.
Eve says for everyone. No child torture here, folks. Okay, the next one is the shoulder tricep.
Now, Eve, we're gonna step with one foot
And
only.
this is the final one.
The final one. And from here, we're gonna push all the way up. So now we are pushing over the head. From the shoulder, punch the ceiling. And this is the 6th exercise.
Amazing.
And with this, you worked out the entire body.
That's it. Those are the 6
Really good
exercises.
stuff.
Eve, Ronan, pose for the camera.
Holding the band.
Thank you, Eve. Love you. Okay. Your first stage experience. Eve, guess how many people were watching you? I didn't tell her it was 10,000. But thank you, Eve, for inspiring so many people to see how easy this
That
is.
was awesome.
Okay, we're going to be coming up with Mark Cuban next, okay? But I want to state something about this exercises, Big 6 protocol that you just saw. Eve, Ronan, each exercise is done in 1 minute. So there are 3 things which are really important to make this work. Number 1, it's the specific 6 exercises. As I said, if you want to go deeper into the science, read the book Body by Science by Dr. Doug McGuff. It's these 6 exercises, but they are done in what is called a circuit fashion, really, really, really rapidly, because this boosts endurance. You see typically almost a 30% increase in endurance in people who have gone through the scientific studies on this, if it's done in a circuit fashion. And the third thing about it is called doing it with ART, A-R-T, adaptive response training. This means a specific methodology that tricks your body to believe that it needs to create more muscle fiber. And this muscle fiber, it turns out, your musculature is one of the highest correlations with longevity. So we'll be going deep in this on the final day of Summit. But what I wanted to do today is give you a quick overview of Mindvalley and then a quick overview of the typical day. Now, I showed you so many things, but can you guess how long it takes when you put all of this together? If you meditate for 20 minutes, you do a Mindvalley quest for 20 minutes, you do this exercise, you journal, you do some energy practices, it's less than an hour. But that 1 hour, imagine how it transforms your life. The mistake people make is they decide that they're going to give 1 hour just to meditation or 1 hour just to exercise. And they leave out the multidimensionness of who we are to be human. If you have just 1 hour to spend, don't buy the idea that it's just 1 hour of some exercise program you bought on a late night infomercial. You must be holistic about this growth time. And that's what you learn when you get into Mindvalley. So thank you, everyone. We're going to be back in a few minutes with Mark Cuban. Thank you all. Take care. And I'll see you in a couple of minutes.
Another level. We ain't never settle now. Level up. Watch me level up. Watch me.
Antwerp, Greece, Brazil, Tunisia, India, Dubai.